get half, I want the whole thing. My girl retarded, slow brain. She overflows, no drain. Never tell that's a bro thing. Starch press, never fold, man.
You are now listening to the new Flamecast Live. You know it. Let's go.
100 bricks, I stay down. In the gravel, face down. Ride get bumpy.
Tapped in.
Tap. Got nice lips, lick that bone. Pork fried rice, chew chong. Cool like I'm chilling on the sofa. Driving Miss Daisy new chauffeur. The vibe make the moon feel closer. She can deal with the pickle, I'm kosher. Clean, Steve Harvey. Step and drink, frat party. One love, Bob Marley.
Tapped in.
I'm so sorry. Chase music, high speed. Jumanji flow, stampede. Listen up, take heed. I'm too high, your nose bleed. Flame Squad. Flame Squad.
You know what it is. You tapped in for another one. What's up? You see the title? Are we creating or just reacting? Are we doing a little bit of both? So, what's going on? Which is perfect timing because to the point of creating and reacting, and now that we got the Drake album and the creation and the reaction to all that plays into the theme that we've been talking about with the algorithms and the listening, the attention span, the whole nine, you know. Let me pull up my notes real quick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's jump into it here, man. So listen, with the reactions and the creation, and I want to use the whole Drake thing as an example because that's a good example of what are we creating. Are we creating things just to react to it? And does the reaction, is that now more important than the creation? I mean, you know, it's, you know, especially when you're anticipating things. People are, what was it or were anticipating that, right? But then when that anticipation don't meet expectation, or expectation is shattered due to low performance or marketing schemes didn't go as planned, coupled in with reaction and comments now that are now real time. Everything is in real time, right? And the algorithm is just serving it up. That can kill a project or advance a project, you know. Reactions can kill or advance the project. Or do nothing, right? If a lot of people just like what they like, they like what they like. But is it just the trend to respond, right? You know, it's just, you know, and are we building from authentic ideals or just reacting to whatever is viral and controversial or trending at that point in time, which that's what we're doing. At least that's what it seems like we're doing, especially with the Drake and the Kendrick stuff or the J. Cole stuff, all that stuff. Everybody's really reacting, even with music gear and software things. People are reacting to these products coming out on the spot, right? And can we get caught into that algorithm loop where that's all you seeing and you're not even going outside whatever bubble that you probably don't even know you're in a bubble, right? Because your discovery is only what the algorithm is feeding you, and since you were interested in only a few things, that's all it's showing you, right? Until you break that cycle. But I mean, it's a lot of things. I think the engagement pressure, the pressure to always engage, train creators to kind of chase reactions, right? Because you're looking for that engagement full time, all the time. Ain't nothing wrong with having that community, though, you know, to do that. But yeah, it's real. I just, you know, like I said, I find it perplexing and interesting that
Flame Squad official.
You know, that the opinions, the reactions, people are very vocal about what they don't like and like. You know, especially in this new time where people not only will leave comments, right, but they would just go ahead and do a whole thing video for themselves on their own channel about whatever issue, whatever, right? And that's where we're at. And I'm just saying, how is that shaping the new reality that we're moving into, you know, where sometimes the reaction and those opinions come just as important and popular as the content or the creation that they're reacting to, you know. It's interesting, you know, because what really happens when there's no time to reflect on the creation that's being created and we're just reacting, you don't give it, you know, even with the Drake, he getting slaughtered where his own fans ain't even, you know. But does over time listening to that, does people begin to be like, oh yeah, this is a classic, you know? Or does that not even matter anymore, to be able to sit with something over time to see if it resonates, and the fact that you wasn't feeling it right off rip, you know, already deterred the success of something, you know? I don't know, man. It's interesting. You know, our speed and immediacy, outrage culture, to be able to, you know, be selective in your outrage, is that weakening the depth of storytelling, of the creation of something. But I do agree, like, if the storytelling or the whatever you're doing ain't hitting, it ain't. If it ain't hitting, it ain't hitting. You know, I mean, it is what it is. For all of us who's doing a creative perspective, you know, if you're doing it for you, then you're doing it for you. But once we put it out there, people leave comments, react to it on how they're going to do whatever, how it made them feel or whatever. So that's, you know, that's the thing about art and craft work, is that once you put that out into the public sphere, then everybody can interpret how they want, however they're getting it or feeling it, you know. So it's interesting, man. You know, are we creating or just reacting? And the stuff, are we creating? Is it just for content to be reacted to? You know? I mean, does that make any sense? I don't know, you know.
Soul plane, cup filled with that gold rain. I planted fire to grow flame. Mind numb, I feel no pain. You get half, I want the whole thing. My girl retarded, slow brain. She overflows, no drain. Never tell, that's a bro thing. Starch press, never fold, man. Polar bear, I'm a cold man. Target locked in the scope frame. Swing like we on playgrounds. My dogs travel, greyhound. I'm a ton of bricks, I stay down. In the gravel, face down. Ride get bumpy, seatbelt on. She look chunky with that down.
So yeah. You know, I'm just hanging out, messing around. But yeah, man, we gotta ask ourselves, you know, because the landscape is changing. What was important for as far as craft work and art form before is not as important. I mean, it's still important to me, but like I said, it's not as important as before because other things are in factor now, right? And the community or the general public is somehow or indeed just as important as the creation. You know, as at least that's what it's seeming to feel like.
Flame Squad official.
I mean, because we're in an age of nonstop content recycling, just nonstop content recycle. It's definitely a 24-hour content world. News, sports, art, music, movies, you name it, 24/7. Whether it's original content, reactionary, informative, you know, we just being bombarded with it. So, you know, I just find it interesting, and it's just, you know, is these platforms rewarding innovation or just instant response? You know what I mean?
Flame Tape X.
You know what it is, Flamecastlive, you tapped in. So I don't know, man. I'm just, you know, especially with the Drake stuff, you know, that's heavy with it leans into this algorithm thing and, you know, and the reactionary thing and how that can be good or bad for the release and the marketing. Dropping 3 albums at once, I don't know. And in today's marketing, I just don't think nobody wants that. It's just too much, you know. And the way we're consuming, which is so micro and bits, it's just, you know, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, reactions are instant. Everything is instant right now, you know, so we got to figure it out. Look, you tapped in. So yeah. So yeah, guys.
Flamecast, Flame Squad Mix Show at Flame Squad DJ MC. Follow the band. Flamecast.live.
We out. Flamecastlive.
My own thing, Kevin Hart on that soul plane. Cup filled with that gold rain. I planted fire to grow flame. Mind numb, I feel no pain. You get half, I want the whole thing. My girl